Hello students, here we are continuing with our discussion on Python programming basics. I hope that you are now competent enough to write small programs which are calculation based, like calculation of area of a rectangle or a circle, or say perimeter, or calculation of simple interest, which we have studied or discussed in previous videos. Today I will also discuss little bit about the operators in Python. So as far as arithmetic operators are concerned, plus, minus, multiplication and division, those operators are similar to the operators which we used in C programming also. So say I want to add something, then I can use this plus operator. I can also write like this, 1 plus 2, so x is now 3. Similarly, to subtract, we can do like this. To multiply, we can use multiplication operator star this, or the forward slash is used as a division operator. So this is like 7 point, if I divide 7 by 2, then answer is 3.5. But in Python, there are two arithmetic operators which are new in Python. One is multiply. So if I write like this, 3 multiplied by multiply 3, it means 3 to the power 3, so it is 27. So this is a in fact a power operation. So if you want a square of something, you can do 4 square. So 4 multiplied by 2, so that is 4 square. So multiply is giving you the power. Similarly, divide operations give you the floor division. Floor division, you understand? Let us see what is floor division. If I divide 7 by 2, then it is 3.5. Then what is the floor value of 3.5? It is 3. So if I write like this, division 2, it means floor division. So output is 3. So floor division will give you the floor value. So if you divide minus 7 by 2, then you will get minus 3.5. That means that the answer is a negative, quotient is negative, and if you do it floor division, minus 7 divide by 2, it means floor value of minus 3.5. So that floor value will be minus 4 and not the value in value will not be 3 like here. So it is floor division. Similarly, if you want remainder of a division, you can use modulus operator as you use in C programming. So 7 modulus 2 is 1. So here it is not necessary in Python. In C it was compulsory that the modulus operator takes only the integer operands. But here you can also take this like 7.2 modulus 2. So in that way it will give you the remainder. So remainder, this is an error because this is floating point number. In C programming it is an error, but in Python it accepts. So what happens if I do like this modulus 1.2, then it is also okay, and it will give you some remainder after division. Then say both the numbers are, if both the operands are these 1.2, so both the operands here are floating point numbers, it will also accept and will give you some output as a remainder. So you see here, this is a very small number, e to the power minus 16. So this is 0. So in fact it is 0. So you can see these kind of things many times in your computer system. Like if I divide 7.2 and 1.2, so remainder must be 0. So it is almost 0, but not 0. So such things happens, so that you can ignore, but it is e to the power minus 16, that is quite 0.0000 and so on. So remainder in this way you can use. Similarly, you can use remainder on negative numbers also. So if I do minus 7 this, so you will get remainder 1, and if you do this 7 minus 2, then you will get remainder minus 1. So a remainder has a sign of the divisor. So remainder, if this is positive, remainder is positive. If this is negative, remainder is negative. So these are the mathematical concepts which are adapted by Python. Said how to give you the remainder. What float division of this 7 divided minus 2, you will get minus 4. So float division of minus 7 divided by 2, you will also get this minus 4. So how the remainder works? Remainder will always have a sign of divisor. So it is having divisor sign minus 1. It is having divisor sign plus 1. So in this way, you can use the modulus operator and the other arithmetic operators. Similarly, for comparison, you can use greater than equals to, less than equals to, double equal, that means comparison. So you will get say this is x9 equals to 9, so this is true. So this, when we perform a comparison, finally output is either true or false. So if I write like this, that some x equals to, say, uh, um, x equals to 5, 6, say, and y is equals to also 6, then if I write x equals to y, that means I'm comparing them, so the output is true. If I write x is less than y, then output is false, because x and y both are equal, so this is false. So if I write x greater than y, then this will give you false. So you can use also less than equals to, so in that way it is true. Or if you can use greater than equals to y, then it is also true. So for comparison, you can do less than equals to, greater than equals to. How to use that, I have told you here. These are very similar or same, not only similar, they are same as C programming, double equal and all. You can also use not equal, so not equal to y, so this will be a false value, false, because x and y are equal and this is evaluated to be false. So for performing comparison, you can do in this way. And as far as logical operators are concerned, in C programming, we have three logical operators like and, or, and, or, not. So here also we have and, or, not. But this and, or, not, how to use them? Let us see. So I will write, say, my x equals to 0 and y equals to 1. Say this. So they may be true or false also, but we will practice them true and false with true and false also. But let us take x equals to 0 and y equals to 1. What happens if I write like in C programming x and y? So what is the answer? This is an error. So it means this and operation is not recognized in Python. This is a C programming concept. Similarly for or, if I write x or y, then what will happen? This is invalid syntax. And in C programming we use not. So if I write not x, then this is also not recognized. So we have assigned x as a value 0 and y as 1. Now let us see how to use and. So x and y. So what you receive, x and y, output is 0 and 1 are ended, output is 0. So x or y, so output is 1. If I write not x, that means it is true, because x is 0, so it is false, and not x is true. So how to use logical operators? And, or, not. So and, or, not in words you will write. You will not use ampersand and pipe sign for or, and exclamation sign for not. So those symbols are used in C programming, but here we will use the words and, or, and not. Let us try and see what happens if I write like this, and y. So x and y are small letters, but I want to keep this and in capital. So this works or not? No, it is giving an error. Then similarly, if you try writing like this, or y, so this or is not recognized. If you write like this, not x, then what happens? This is not recognized. So You can see that this and or not, these three are in small letters. You can also try this A and D. So A is capital and B are in small. So that is not recognized. So these three are in small letters, A and Y. So in this way only you can calculate. So there are other operators also, like bitwise operators and all, but we will not discuss them because our purpose today is to develop a capacity to write programs where we can perform comparisons or make decisions. So if else is used to make decision, as you are uh, uh, very well completed your curriculum on C programming, C++ programming, and even you have probably studied Java also. So I'm not going in much theory, but I will tell you the syntax of writing if and else in Python programming. So let us see how to write if else. So see here, let me clear all the variables first. Here all the variables are clear now. Now I assign some x equals to 1, 2, that is 12, and y equals to say uh, minus 10. So one is positive number, one is negative number. Now if I write if, and then you will write condition here. Parenthesis is not required in C programming. Parenthesis is required, but here you will not require parenthesis. So if say x is greater than 0, then I want to print something. So print uh, hello. So I write here hello. So in this way I write if statement. So what happened? So it is telling about an error. So error is, you can read out the error, you can make a practice of reading the error so that you will be knowing what are the errors, special symbols it is giving. So let us write a script here like this. Say x equals to 12, and I am writing this if x is greater than 0. So if x is greater than 0, and after the condition you will use a colon. So please see here the syntax how to write. In C programming we put a parenthesis uh, around the condition, but here we will not put a parenthesis. Here we will write only the condition and then colon, and then you can write this print hello. So if x is greater than 0, print hello, and then else after else you will use colon, and then this print hi. So you will run this and see here the output. So what you can see, output is hello, because x is 12, it is greater than 0. So this condition is true, and if it is true, then this print output is there. But in Python programming, when you develop a script like this, you need to take care that, like say I'm trying this. So this. So I have written this else and this print here in the same line. So let us try here. So it is giving you the proper output. Now I am writing this and not giving any space here. So this is an expected and indented block. So this print. So what happens, why it is giving this message, that when we are writing this else, in Python we will not use braces also. So this is not like this brace, using a brace and then writing print in this else. So we are not using brace. So what we need to do, we need to mark using indent. Indent means you will give some space here. So I have pressed tab. So now this print statement is within this else. So this indentation itself makes a block for else. We need not use and this braces like C programming. So if I run this, this will give me output hello. But what happens if I don't give the indentation? It is giving you an error. What happens if I write this braces? Then again it is okay. But let us try this also. This is without indentation. I am writing a brace and then this and then brace closed. So like in C programming, what we do, the same thing I am doing or trying here. So if I write here expected indented block, so we need to give indentation here. So I give indentation here, one tap to this, one tap to this, and I again run this, then this program is running fine. If I give two tabs here, what happens? So the program is still running. So indentation is required in case of Python. Braces are not compulsory, but indentation is compulsory. So say if I make this value -5, so this is now less than 0. So this if is not true, this else is true. So it is giving you output high. And if I write again one more thing, so print friends, so friends. So I want to tell you and want to make you understand that because here also indentation is equals to this indentation. So this indentation and this indentation means this groove or space which we have left here are same. So these both statements are within this else, so they are counted in else. So let us run it. So we have hi friends. So without braces, both of these statements are within else. So if I change this indentation, what will happen? You see here. So I have changed this indentation. Now what Python will what it will accept? It will take print as part of this else. So this is print high only is the part of this. This print is not part of else. So this will always be printed. So you won't be knowing that whether there is some difference by looking to the output. You will not know because friend is again printed. In this case also it is printed because this is always printed. So if uh, I write something more like uh, this is always printed, that's why you cannot see the difference. Otherwise you can see that this indentation forms a block. Without parenthesis also this indentation forms a block, so that you need to understand. Here in this example, if I give this indentation or not, it is not making any effect because this statement is run in else also, and if I don't give this indentation, the statement is also running out of this else, but one is running within the else, other is running in out of the else. So that you need to understand that this indentation gives or creates a block. Here in if also you can create a block like this. So here this indentation is needed. So here also you check, if you don't give this indentation, what happens? So let us run here. So this is giving you some error, expected an indented block. So here a indented block is required. So I press tab here. Now it will work. So hi friends, this is output. So hi from here and friends from here. So let us see here also. I do this 12. Now this x is greater than 0. So this condition is okay. So it will give you output hello and what? Friends. Why? This friends is not within this else. This is out of this else. So here you can see this. So hello and friends. So by indentation, it you see that only this print high is the part of else. Now if I put this also in indented form like this, what happens? These two statement, print statement, are now part of this else due to this indentation. This indentation is same here, same here. So these both of them are part of else, and only one part if will run. So output will be hello. Friends will not be printed. You see here output is hello. Why? Because x is 12, so it is greater than 0. Condition is true, so this hello is printed. And these two are part of else. Without putting a parenthesis, this braces in like C programming, we have made a block using indentation. So this is important thing to understand that here in Python programming, indentation makes a block. So this is now in part of this. If I remove this indentation, then what happened? Only this is the part of else, this is not part of else. So if I run now, the the word friend is also printed here. So I hope that you are getting this point of indentation. Other thing which sometimes student ask is, what if I put parenthesis here? You can put, it is optional. So if I write here, if this condition is this and I run it, there is no error, it is okay. But without parenthesis, you can also put the condition. Without parenthesis, you can also put the condition, but you can, if you want to use, you can use. And this colon is required. This is part of syntax. So this is what, how you can write if and else in a script. Now, if you have more conditions, then in C programming you use else if. Here you will use elif. So this is elif is a mixture of else and if, and elif, and you will put the condition. So here I put a condition like if x is greater than 0 and x is less than 15, that means x is 12. So this condition is true because x lies between 0 and 15. Here another condition, if x is greater than 15, then I want to print say something world. So this something I have printed here. Let us check this. So this is giving you output hello friends. So this hello is from here because this condition is true. If condition is true, and friends is friends from here. In else only one statement, in elif only one statement. So how to write this elif, you can see. So elif is mixture of else if. So you can use many elif. So if I write here elif, I can also write one more elif. So let us first change this value x equals to 20. So which condition is true now? So this is not true. X is not less than 15. X is greater than 15. This is true. So if you run it, the output will be world friends. So the output is world friends. So similarly, you can also write here something like elif x is greater than 100 or x is less than 0. So x is less than 0. So if in case of negative x, this will be a true condition. In that case, I'm printing print WECA. So this is the how to use more elif. So you can use as many as you wish, elif, and then you can write a final else. So let us see what happens here. The output is world and friends. So world is printed from here, x is greater than 15, and friends from here. Now if x is say minus 5, then what will happen? X is less than 0, so it will print WEC. So here x is less than 0, WECA. And this else will never reach, because if it is less than 0, this will happen. If it is greater than 0 and less than 15, hello will be printed. If it is greater than 15, so I put one more condition here without using this parenthesis. Here you have used parenthesis. This is optional, I told you. So if this is this and x is greater than 15 and x is less than 100. So if it is between 15 and 100, this condition will be true and it will print world. So as I put it like say 50. So world friends. So this will be printed. You can see here by running it, world friends. What will happen if I keep its value 150? So it is greater than 0, yes, but less than 15, no. So this if is wrong. Greater than 15, less than 100 is also not true. Less than 0 is not true. So this else will be printed. So hi friends will be the output. So hi friends is the output. So in this way, you can use if, elif, or else. Let us also check if I remove this else, what happens. So if I remove this else and try to run it, so you see here the output is friends. So this only is printed. If I give a value between 0 to 15, that is say 10, then what happens? So it is giving you hello from here and friends from here. What happens if I give value between 15 and 100? World and friends. So I am giving you value this 90, and then you can check run world friends. Then what happens if I give a negative value? So minus 9, and I run it, then WEC and friends. So what I want to tell you is, in C programming, if you are using if, else if, else if, else if, and then you are omitting else, it will be an error. But here it is a difference that it will not be an error. Else is optional. elif is also optional. Similarly, else is also optional. So that is all about this. Now I hope that you can do some programs from your syllabus. I will also give some assignments. You practice if else, elif, how to write this, and what are the syntax. So you need to practice the syntax, putting a colon, the braces, the parenthesis around the condition are optional. Indentation creates blocks. So these are few new things which you need to know, and I hope that you will practice it, and then you will be able to do your university assignments. Thank you very much for listening.